Leading businesses, leading communities. Presented by the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Insight. Sponsored by St. Elizabeth Healthcare and hosted by the President of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, Steve Stevens.
Welcome to Leading Businesses, Leading Communities. This program is produced in partnership with Insight and made possible through the sponsorship of St. Elizabeth Healthcare. St. Elizabeth brings the best thinking from around the globe right here to Northern Kentucky. Because the human specialists at St. Elizabeth Healthcare believe that each person in our community should have access to world-class care throughout every stage of life. St. Elizabeth Healthcare, the best of what's human and humanly possible. The Northern Kentucky Chamber involves our members in the top local business, civic, and community priorities. Our economy is driven by businesses of all types and sizes. This program showcases 3 leading businesses that are members of our chamber to help you get to know our business community a little better. Our first guest today is Vicki Henderson, Executive Director, Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center, that provides a coordinated response to concerns of child abuse in a child-focused environment, offering prevention, evaluation, and treatment to children and families. In addition, the center provides supportive services for non-offending parents, caregivers, siblings, family members, and professionals throughout the Northern Kentucky Area Development District. There are 3 million reports of suspected child abuse or neglect in the United States every year. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18. In Northern Kentucky, this means 25,000 children could be affected by this horrific crime, and they need our support. Reporting abuse is one of the most important steps you can take to protect children. If you believe a child is being abused or neglected, you must call the Child Protection Hotline or your local police department. Our second guest today is Joshua Black, Associate Dean at the School of Liberal Arts at the Indiana Wesleyan University. Indiana Wesleyan University's main campus is located in Marion, Indiana, and is home to over 3,000 students. Another 12,000 adult learners attend classes at 17 regional education centers in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, as well as online degree programs. At the Florence Education Center, a wide array of undergraduate programs and graduate programs are offered in business, criminal justice, ministry, and nursing, taught by outstanding faculty. Each education center houses state-of-the-art classrooms, library resources, study rooms, computer labs, and conference rooms. And our third guest will be Jeff Schachleiter, General Manager of Receptions, Banquet, and Conference Centers, with 6 locations throughout Greater Cincinnati that offer flexible room sizes, room decor, and comfortable environments for fun, weddings, or business events. Family owned and operated with 20 years of experience hosting special events, all menu items are prepared from scratch. All facilities are meticulously maintained. Their goal is to be the best banquet and conference center in the Greater Cincinnati area. Today's guest on our Health and Wellness segment will be John Stewart. He's with the St. Elizabeth Business Health Department. On-site occupational health services offer companies the convenience of having an occupational health expert at their work site with access to the full range of St. Elizabeth Business Health's resources. Bringing on-site services to the work site is a cost-effective way to manage medical costs, injury rates, lost time, and to show your workforce that you care. St. Elizabeth Business Health has developed a team of medical professionals to be mobile and flexible to assist in the designing an on-site program. Our Health and Wellness segment is sponsored by Humana, a leading healthcare company. Humana offers a wide range of insurance products and health and wellness services to help people achieve lifelong well-being. So let's get started. Brent Cooper with C Forward and the current chair of our board of directors will lead us off by introducing our 3 leading Northern Kentucky businesses. So Brent, take it away.
Thanks, Steve. Today we're meeting with Vicki Henderson. She's the Executive Director of the Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center. Vicki, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Now tell us about the Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center.
We are a program in Northern Kentucky that provides services to children that have been sexually abused, that children have been physically abused, or children who witness violent crime. And so we partner with the law enforcement, social services, the prosecutor, the mental health community, the victim advocate, and we work in that partnership with the family and children. We provide services like forensic interviewing, so if there's a concern that a child's been sexually abused, the family will bring the children to the center, and then we work with law enforcement to interview those children. We assess them for if they need a medical exam, and if they do, then we'll provide that medical exam at the center. We're able to provide therapy and counseling so that children who have experienced some pretty horrific things can go through treatment and begin to heal through the process. And then we partnership with the community to provide educational programs, working with professionals, and also working with churches and youth and civic organizations in prevention programs, Darkness to Light, Stewards of Children.
That's great. Why is April such a big month for children's advocacy?
April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, so around the Northern Kentucky community you're going to see pinwheels all over and blue ribbons, and it's really just letting the community know that child abuse occurs. It occurs in every city and community in Northern Kentucky, and that we need courageous adults who are willing to stand up and protect children.
As a community, what can we do to prevent child abuse?
Awareness is the first thing that we want people to do, which is why April is such an important month. And then also educate themselves that it is not a child's responsibility to protect themselves, it's an adult's responsibility to be able to protect children.
What specifically can I do to protect my child?
You know, it's a great question, and we really have a couple of things that we talk to adults about. So the first one is minimizing opportunity. What we know through research is that child abuse occurs on one-on-one situations, and so you want to make sure that you protect your children from opportunities where that could occur. So minimizing opportunity is the first one. Talking to your kids openly, not only about their body and about what's against the rules as far as adults touching them, but also just having very open conversations about who to talk to if they have a concern. Pay attention to your children. If they act maybe threatened or fearful of someone, act on that. Honor what those feelings are. And so, and then also being aware and being responsible yourself, that if you think something's occurring, that you report it.
So that's the key thing, is taking action. That's what we should do. If I suspect my child's being hurt, that's what I should do.
Absolutely, absolutely. First remove them so that we know that they're safe, and then follow up and report it. And not just for your child, but children in the community. If your child comes home from school and tells you that a friend has said that someone's hurting them or touching them inappropriately, you need to follow up on that. As an adult, it's your responsibility. It's our obligation to protect the children.
That's great. Now, how do our viewers find out more about the Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center?
So they can go to our website, which is www.nkycac.org. There's information about our program. There's information on how to get in contact with us. There's information about how to support us. We accept donations. We have a wish list for things that that we need, that our families need, and that children need. And then it also has about our activities of child abuse prevention, but also just fundraisers that we do through our community.
Great. Vicki, thanks so much for being on the show. We will all be wearing blue during the month of April to support children's advocacy. And we'll be right back after this break.
Thank you.
How do you get a jump on better health care? You start early. You build expertise and technology. Dedicate yourself to integrity. At St. Elizabeth, we're defining the future of health care for Northern Kentucky and beyond. Because tomorrow's an opportunity, so we're starting early. Just like we did today. St. Elizabeth Healthcare, the best of what's human and humanly possible.
Well, I'd like to start off with a brief legislative update. In past weeks, the Northern Kentucky Chamber has been at work as the voice of the business community at our state and national capitals, articulating positions and requesting actions. In Frankfort, we've been working since January, promoting a set of initiatives that we titled our Jobs Package that clearly outlined to the legislature a list of measures that would lead to job retention and creation in Northern Kentucky, as well as the Commonwealth. Our message resonated with our peers and was even embraced by many of our chamber counterparts and endorsed as their own set of priorities. Unfortunately, despite the tremendous work by champions, such as our own State Representative Arnold Simpson, who sponsored our economic development legislation, very few pro-business policies of any kind made their way to the finish line. We thank those who gave their voice as well as their vote to our bills. And although we are disappointed at the missed opportunities to grow jobs in our community through the passage of these policies, it will not diminish our voice. Rather, it will serve to strengthen and encourage us to continue to be the local business voice for our region on a broad range of issues and needs. In a future episode of this show, we'll provide a policy report card of how our priorities fared. The Chamber has some upcoming events I also want to share. This spring, the Northern Kentucky Chamber will be hosting a variety of events and programming to help support career development. Mark your calendar for May 1st, when we host our annual Employment Extravaganza. For the job seeker, this has been called one of the region's best job fairs, with company representatives attending from a wide spectrum of industries. And if you are a business looking for talent from entry-level to professional positions, this is a great recruitment opportunity. The event will be held May 1st at Receptions Banquet and Conference Center in Erlanger. Check out our online event calendar for more information. Also, please mark your calendar for May 3rd, when our Women's Initiative presents Achieving Executive Presence. Today's leaders don't have to look like the leaders of the last century to be highly effective. Executive presence is, however, about creating a consistent view about yourself and what you're able to accomplish. Having an executive presence helps you create a successful career, move upward, and reach your full leadership potential. Who should attend this event? Well, professionals wanting to advance their careers, educators, teachers, and young professionals on the move. Both women and men are encouraged to attend. Again, the event will be held May 3rd at Summit Hills Country Club. And for more information or to register, go to our website at www.nkychamber.com. Finally, I want to announce our upcoming trip to Cuba that's departing on August the 16th. Due to policy changes made mid-2011 at the federal level, the U.S. Treasury Department is granting people-to-people cultural travel licenses to Cuba. The licenses were originally created under President Clinton in 1999 and stopped being issued in 2003. At that time, the number of Americans traveling to Cuba dropped from 200,000 to less than 50,000 by 2004. Although it is illegal for the United States citizens to travel to Cuba, Chamber Explorations, a travel provider for chambers of commerce across North America, is now able to provide legal people-to-people travel to Cuba sanctioned by our United States government. Our trip will be a cultural and educational experience. Days are filled visiting historical sites and local artisans. Our tour highlights will include Ernest Hemingway's farm, the Bay of Pigs Museum, an old Havana tour, a coffee plantation, a cigar factory, villages featuring self-sustainability and urban planning success, and much more. The cost is $3,499 for members of the Chamber and $3,599 for non-members. Registration is very limited, so reserve early. Call us or visit our website for more information. It is unknown how long the U.S. will continue to allow its citizens the ability to travel to Cuba, so don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Right now, we need to take a short break, but when we return, we will showcase another Chamber member business, so don't go away.
Enhancing the economic vitality and quality of life in the community takes more than just growing businesses. It takes partnership. Business builds business. By connecting you to other business leaders, the Chamber of Commerce creates a stronger, more dynamic business climate that can make a difference in your success and your future. Join the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce today. Call 859-578-8800. Leading businesses, leading communities.
Welcome back. Right now we're meeting with Dean Joshua Black from Indiana Wesleyan University. Dean Black, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here today.
Tell us about some of the programs that Indiana Wesleyan University has to offer.
Sure. For adult students in the area, we offer graduate and undergraduate programs in nursing, graduate programs in education, graduate and undergraduate programs in business, and several of the liberal arts disciplines, criminal justice, and addictions counseling.
What makes Indiana Wesleyan University different from some of the other schools in the area?
Well, Indiana Wesleyan has a central focus for our adult programs of being student-centered. So we like to focus all of our services and our programs on the adult student. For example, for our on-site program, students come to class one night a week for a 4-hour session. For our online programs, from the convenience of their home, whatever hour, 2 a.m. in your pajamas, you can be working on your class. And we like to offer a number of services to the adult students that is student-centered. For example, off-campus library services we offer where students can get research help by calling our 800 number or going to the off-campus library services website, filling out a query of I need help and how to write a paper on how to start a communications business. One of our researchers from our research department will contact that student back with a number of resources that are available to them. That's free of charge, of course. We also send books and copies of articles right to students' homes, and they have a padded envelope. They can return it back to our library or return it to one of our local campuses. We also offer a unique registration system with our cohorts. When a student signs up for one of our adult programs, they can go all the way through their program with one registration. So they're not having to fight lines or fight calling or messing around on the website every 6 weeks or 16 weeks or however long their course term is. They can actually just sign up for their program, stay together with their cohort the entire program. And so we try to respect the adult students' busy lives. We know they're busy with work, busy with family, personal interests, and don't want to be strapped to their coursework too many hours a day. So we try to respect their time and privacy and also offer as many services as we can to that adult student. Indiana Wesleyan is also a Christian university, so we hire Christian faculty. We integrate Judeo-Christian ethics into all of our coursework. And actually, over the last several years, with some changes in our culture and our economy, a lot of our corporate partners and organizations in the different communities that we're in really prefer our programs because they know they're giving an ethical basis to their employees through their education.
I had no idea how large Indiana Wesleyan University was. How big is it?
Indiana Wesleyan University is a large, comprehensive university. We have over 15,000 adults, 15,000 total students. We are actually the largest private institution in the state of Indiana, larger than even Notre Dame University. And of that 15,000, almost 12,000 of those are adult students.
What other locations do you have in the tri-state area?
In this area, we have locations in Florence, right off the highway, Lexington, Westchester, our Northern Cincinnati campus, and our Dayton, Ohio campus.
What's the best way for future students to learn more about Indiana Wesleyan University?
Students can go on to our website or onto the phone number that's on the screen and contact a local representative, whether they're interested in attending class locally or online.
Dean Black, thank you so much for telling our viewers about the courses offered at Indiana Wesleyan University, and we'll be right back after this break.
You come seeking knowledge, and in a spirit of community, you find something more. Already determined, you discover new strengths. Uniquely gifted, you dare to make a difference. You are changed. You are changing others. And from here, you will change the world. Indiana Wesleyan University. Change your life. Change the world.
Where can I go to ensure economic vitality and business opportunities?
Where networking and business contacts are provided to grow my business.
Where workforce solutions are provided.
Where I can connect with others on important business issues and community needs.
To get cost-saving benefits from other businesses in the area.
Where I can publicize my business in Northern Kentucky.
Join the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, leading businesses, leading communities.
Welcome back. We're here today with Jeff Shacklider, who's the General Manager of Reception's Banquet and Conference Center. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate being here.
Now, how long has Reception's been in business?
Reception's has actually been in business for 20 years. We are actually celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. We started in May of 1992, believe it or not, up at our Fairfield location. Our majority owner, Dan Goebel, who is actually my uncle, used to take him about a week to prepare for one event. Now we actually host about 3,500 events company-wide.
That's amazing. I feel like I've been to 1,000 of those events at the Erlanger location. But as you mentioned, you have more than one location. Tell us about those.
We do. We actually have 5 locations in the greater Cincinnati area. Fairfield, of course, and then our Erlanger, Kentucky location. And then we have Eastgate, Loveland, and then our Western Hills location. And then lastly, our majority owner recently purchased a country club out in Dearborn, Indiana, which is called Dearborn Country Club. And there you're actually using Receptions to help brand that company.
Now, your name is Receptions, but that isn't the only kind of event that you have, right?
No, by no means. We actually do quite a few different kinds of events. Expos, business meetings, continuing education meetings, fundraisers, nonprofit events. We really believe, as Receptions as a company, to be involved within the communities and to give back a little bit. And with our nonprofit packages, we allow nonprofit agencies to come in and really help them benefit from their nonprofit events. So,
now, what makes Receptions different from some of the other banquet facilities?
It's a question we ask ourselves quite a bit, believe it or not, as a company. One of the main things is we are a family-owned company, and we believe that we have family values within those company or within the company, and really what it boils down to is how we stand out is our customer service. Each and every day we work hard to make sure that our customers are taken care of. And we also create a value that is unprecedented in the banquet industry. So,
yeah. Now, I know you did some wonderful upgrades at your Erlanger location. What's in store for the future of Receptions?
Well, believe it or not, we actually are always looking to grow. As a company, one of our main goals is to be franchised, to be nationwide. And that's really something that we're striving for here in the near future, believe it or not. We're actually looking to grow right outside of the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area and hope, one day that we can have other partners involved to really grow our company. So.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, how can our viewers find out more about having a meeting, a wedding, or an event at Receptions?
One of the main things is our website. It's www.receptionsinc.com. Also, you can call us at any of our locations, which the numbers are located on the page that you're probably seeing now. Also, our website, you can get it off there.
That's great. Well, Jeff, thanks so much for being on the show today. I'm a big fan of Receptions. I said I'm out there all the time. So thanks again, and we'll be right back with our health and wellness segment.
One look at him, and you know that small can be mighty. Because at just 2 days old, he can take your breath away. At St. Elizabeth Healthcare, we focus an entire team of specialists on neonatal care. And we support them with the best technology and all private rooms. We believe every baby deserves as much, no matter how small. St. Elizabeth Healthcare, the best of what's human and humanly possible.
Saving for retirement might be easy for some folk, but for others, it might take a little more work. And for those who haven't started, there are still things you can do to catch up.
Oh, that is good news.
The choice is clear. For a happy ending, choose to save.
Welcome back, folks, and thanks for staying tuned to Leading Businesses, Leading Communities. Our health and wellness segment is sponsored by Humana, who offers a wide range of insurance products and health and wellness solutions for employers and individuals. Humana has learned that people are in better health when they're active and engaged in their social lives, their communities, and their families. Humana helps people achieve lifelong well-being by offering products and programs that meet an individual's physical, social, and emotional needs. Northern Kentucky Chamber members receive preferred pricing on Humana's medical, dental, vision, and life products. Contact your health benefits broker for more information, or visit humana.com. With me today is John Stewart, and John, welcome to the show. John's with the St. Elizabeth Business Health Program, who we've heard about, or a little bit discussed before, but we're going to go a little deeper today. We're going to talk about employer-sponsored on-site services. Tell us what that is.
Well, there's a full range of on-site services, Steve. Anything from flu shots to occupational nursing, workers' comp management, injury management, but we want to focus today on on-site primary care services.
Okay, and so what would an employer need to consider, and why would they want to consider an on-site clinic, and what would the benefits be?
Well, employers have seen for years that their health insurance costs rising, and every year they're looking for options. And while on-site clinics are not necessarily a short-term fix, they do provide a lot of benefits: healthier workforce, decreased absenteeism, better management of worksite injuries, getting workers back on the job sooner if they do have a workers' comp situation. And those are some of the benefits that we're seeing.
And you mentioned short-term fix versus long run. Let's jump to that. Would they save money long-term versus short-term? How would somebody want to evaluate that?
Well, what we found is that there can be some short-term savings in services related to emergency room services, for instance, and prescriptive services. We've seen immediate savings there. Longer term, you're going to see a downward trend in your healthcare spend. This is not a short-term fix for an employer's healthcare costs, but over time, we believe that you'll be able to manage those costs in a way that the trend line will stay flat or even begin to go negative after 3 or 4 or more years.
Sure. Now, we are seeing a video while we're talking here today about a company that actually has one. It's actually a larger company, so this is a bigger facility, but it can be a smaller versus larger business. But tell us sort of what's the break point if you're going to make a decision to go this direction?
We think that somewhere around 500 covered lives is probably a break point. If you have 500 or more lives, this would be employees and dependents, and we suggest that you engage employees and their dependents in the process. And this is for predominantly self-insured businesses.
Okay.
But they would offer it to employees and dependents, and 500 would be a good number.
Good number. Just a few seconds left, but we like to see people in a primary care home. Would this replace a primary care physician, or would they still need one in addition to this facility?
They would not need. This would be a replacement primary care physician. This would become their new patient-centered medical home, and this offers a lot of care coordination, longer visits with their physician. It's how they're designed so that you can provide a full range of health maintenance services.
Well, we're out of time, John. I want to make a plug real quick as we close. On April 18th, there's going to be a conference at the Marquis Center in Wilder. To learn more about this thing, if people would like to, you can look on the screen for the number to call to get more information, and our friend Mary Lynn Bruneman is on there too, and you can talk to her. John, thanks for being on our show. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of Leading Businesses, Leading Communities. So.
When you think about it, courage is a muscle. You got to keep it strong. Build it up, because you'd be surprised what that muscle can do. At St. Elizabeth Healthcare, orthopedics is designed to return your body to where it used to be. And even better, so you can feel confident again, physically and mentally able, getting you back to the things you love. St. Elizabeth Healthcare, the best of what's human and humanly possible.
If you currently owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, if you're receiving collection letters from the IRS or a state tax agency, if you're being threatened with wage garnishment or a bank levy, or if you need to file years of late returns, well, time is not on your side. Take the first step toward resolution of these problems today by calling the Tax Relief Helpline now.
This is the perfect time to build a plan that can get your life back on track.
Folks, that's about all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank our guests from the Business Focus segment of today's program. Vicki Henderson, Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center. Dean Joshua Black, Indiana Wesleyan University. And Jeffrey Schachleiter, Receptions Banquet and Conference Center. And for our Health and Wellness segment, we had John Stewart with St. Elizabeth Business Health. Finally, we thank our title sponsor, St. Elizabeth Healthcare, and our friends right here at Insight who co-produced this program with us. The Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce provides unique opportunities for businesses by creating a climate for growth and success. Our members make a difference by connecting to important business, civic, and community priorities through the Chamber. We invite you to have your business showcased right here on our show. Please contact the Chamber for more information. For the latest business news, Chamber events, and programs, please follow us on Twitter at NKY Chamber, and be sure to find us on Facebook and LinkedIn. All businesses are invited to join the Northern Kentucky Chamber by visiting our website at www.nkychamber.com or just call us at 859-578-8800. Thanks for watching Leading Businesses, Leading Communities. We'll see you next time.
You've been watching Leading Businesses, Leading Communities, a presentation of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Insight, sponsored by St. Elizabeth Healthcare. For more information about this program or to join the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please call 859-578-8800 or visit www.nkychamber.com.